you talked about walls, you talked about flooring. Now, for me, I always thought it was a different type of product that could hold the pigment of a digital print when you put it on the floor. Because when you put it on the floor, people are going to step on, they're going to smudge it, they're going to grind it in as they keep walking. And you're saying the 4600 has the ability to hold that pigment into that digital print and have a good walking surface without it smudging the print.
Yes. So there's a couple of things at play here. So our PVC films, as long as it says DPF, and I have to say and before we did this podcast, I should have researched this to give you an exact number, but I'm just going to say it's in the high 90%.
Okay.
Of the films we make that have DPF in front of them, digital print films, are printable on all platforms. And what that means is that you're able to get really good ink adhesion, with whether it's a UV print, solvent print, latex, or there are other types of new platforms that are coming out now. I don't want to go through them all, but ink adhesion to our PVC is number one for us. However, if you go on a floor, it's super important that you put a laminate on top.
Okay.
And actually, every digital print you make for any kind of longevity, whether it's on the side of a vehicle, on a floor, wall, whatever, it should be laminated. And laminates can make a massive difference because, for example, they gave you 3210. Well, 3210 is actually a cast laminate. You say, well, why would I put that with a calendared product? So if a customer comes to you and says, hey, listen, I've been doing my vehicles for a while, but I'm outbidding because you know what? This quarter, we have to be careful of cost. If you use 4600 calendared film, it's going to be a little bit lower cost. But the customer says, I'm used to having a 7-year application because I usually get it done with cast. Just by putting a cast laminate on top will stabilize the calendared film below. Think about a little pond out there with ice. Right now, and where I'm at here in Canada, there's lots of that. And if you go walk across it, though, you don't fall through, of course, if there's 3 inches of ice or so, because the surface being stable makes the hole more stable for what's happening on the surface of that substrate, which would be water. If you put a cast laminate on top of a calendared film, it stabilizes what's below it. Because actually the cast laminate is what is taking all of the environment and everything that's happening to that graphic. So speaking about floors, same thing. If you're going to put graphics on a floor, you have to have them laminated. And actually, we have 2 laminates, not the 3210.
Okay.
It's actually 3420, both gloss and matte. And we also have cast ones as well that are anti-slip. So you want to be careful. You want to make sure you're using a laminate that has a UL code for anti-slip so that you don't have any, responsibilities if people, get water on it and slip and fall. So, you have to laminate anything that goes on a floor.
Okay. Good to know. Good to know. And good to know for the anti-slip. I knew about the laminate,
Yes.
didn't know about the anti-slip. So that's definitely one.
Super important.
The funny thing is, and every sign company is so different. For my sign company, it's mostly metal. We don't play in the digital realm and floor graphics nearly as much as some of the other companies. So floor graphics are, once a year, if that, and it's just not the world we live in. So to have an anti-slip functionality, that's pretty impressive and just logical on many levels there.